Welcome to today's video, guys. If you haven't gathered yet, we are currently on a little bit of a road trip. In fact, we are about halfway to Nagoya right now, and there's a very special workshop there that's very famous in the R chassis world that I've been dying to check out for almost pretty much the entire time I've been here in Japan. And finally, I have the ability to go and do that, so we're gonna be heading there right now. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too, but for now, we still got about 2.5 hours worth of driving to do. So let's go do that, and we'll pick it up from there. We have just arrived at our destination here in Nagoya. It was definitely a longer drive than it should have been. I stopped a fair few too many times at PA's to enjoy some coffee and some ramen and whatnot. But let me give you a little teaser of where we are right now. I'll give you 3 seconds to put in the comment section where you think we are. 3, 2, probably the title's gonna say it anyways. What am I doing? But anyways, we are at R31 House here. And I've already spoken to the owner, Shibata-san, and he gave me a full tour of the place so that I can take you guys through the same tour and let you guys experience everything through the lens of what you're about to see. This place is enormous. This is literally a candy store for grown men who are into Skylines, especially the older Skylines like the R30s and R31s. Shout out to my guys in Australia, you know about the R31 chassis and those RV30s.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I
But I think enough talking. I think we just start. Maybe we should start around in the office. Let's go to the office and check out the parts, and then we'll kind of go through all of the workshops and show you what they have here. I'm really excited because you get to see not only like their workshop where they're working on customized cars, but also the shop where they're working on the drift cars that they're building for Formula Drift and D1 GP. It's really cool. Also, some of the drivers work here too. They're mechanics and drivers, which is also really cool. It's good to see mechanics, you know, becoming drivers and also competing within the company and stuff like that. I think it's really cool when companies do that kind of stuff. In this section here is actually where the office is. You see the nice sign there, R31 World? I love it. Coming into their office here, gotta be a little bit quiet. But they have a whole bunch of their parts on display. And obviously they specialize in the R30s and 31 chassis. So they have a lot of really cool parts that you can get that are new technology for those older chassis, especially when it comes to, you know, coilover suspension modifications and stuff like that. And off the bat here, you can see they've got a complete one-piece spindle here that goes onto a coilover, which suits a Blitz coilover, which is super good. You've got turbo upgrades, clutch fan upgrades. This is a very important modification. If you know about RBs, you should know exactly what this is. This is a head oil drain kit that gets a lot of that excess oil out of the head back to the sump, which is an oiling problem with the RBs. They also have their own in-house clutches, own in-house coil packs. They had all of the original old washer bottles and coolant reservoirs created and remanufactured to suit the older chassis. You can get brand new wiring harnesses, pretty much all the stuff you need to restore like an R31 and stuff. These guys can sort you out. I think what I love as well is like all their model cars here that they have on display, and they're also very big in the RC scene too. So they have a bunch of RC chassis here. They also have their own brake kits, as you can see here. Nice big brake kits. And this is probably what R31 House is most famous for, are their exhaust manifolds. And if you don't know about these exhaust manifolds, this is what made the iconic and famous RB sound back in the day. This is like what made the RB, I guess, so loved and famous. It's hard to describe, but if you've ever heard an RB20 or an RB25 with this exhaust manifold and the sound that it makes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So mention something in the comment section if you guys can describe the sound better than me, but it just gives it this, it gives it that iconic sound that is the RB. Like, I don't really know how else to describe it. They also have their own line in wheels. You got a couple there and a few here. And you can get a bunch of their merch here as well, which is cool. Really nice stickers and stuff like that. Really cool. Right there is where Shibata-san sits, and he's the owner of R31 House. He's very busy right now, so we won't try to interrupt him. But as we come out through this door is where the tour of the entire facility begins. Now earlier, Shibata-san was explaining that they are building an entirely new factory soon. So that's really cool. So keep that in mind, that they're going to be keeping this plus building a second factory. So if you thought this is big already, they're doing it again. This is where they store a lot of their parts that get used to restore the cars. So like there's a lot of carbon fiber panels and stuff in here, and a lot of cardboard boxes and stuff for boxing things up. So this is really like storage. And as you can see here, they got a bunch of parts. Still like a lot of new / old stock here for those cars. And you can see like, you know, certain lips and things like that, and wings and spoilers, and a lot of like FRP stuff here and carbon fiber stuff boxed up. And then coming in through here is kind of like one of their workshops. Konnichiwa. So this particular car is being built for D1 lights, and the mechanic who is working on it is actually going to be the driver, which I think is really, really cool. I love that people that are working here are getting involved in competitions, and they're obviously being sponsored by the same company they're working for, which is great. It's really cool to see in the rear end here just all the modifications that they've done suit like the coilovers, and it looks like they're running like an S chassis subframe in there, which is pretty cool. You keep walking through here. So the thing's completely bare and stripped out right now. It's going to be getting a lot of work. Looks like Wisefab front end going on. Interesting. A lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to see what this thing's going to look like. And then over here, you guys may have seen this car. I think we checked this car out at Tokyo Auto Salon earlier this year. This one's also competed in D1 lights, but I believe it's going to be in D1 GP next. Let's come through here. Such a cool car. Once again, this thing's received a lot of modifications similar to what this one's going to be getting over there. You can see in the rear end here just how much has been reinforced there, as well as the strut tops have been changed to suit different coilovers with the subframe. Interior is just so cool. Old school kind of carbon fiber racer look. Very nice. The way the cage has been welded in is super good too. Double barred there, not bad. You may think that that's kind of like standard, but in Japan normally most people just have one bar there, and that's actually okay. Such an aggressive looking chassis, especially when you have this kind of aero on it. Very cool. Can't wait to see this car competing. They've got a customer's car on the hoist there, another customer's car here. Damn, nice V-Spec 2, 32 GTR. So cool. This thing is very clean. This is Shibata-san. Genki? 今日はありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。Man, look at their brake. So this is their brake kit with their wheels, chrome wheels. Looks so nice. This purple's really cool too. Very nice. And then this particular section of the workshop is where they restore the cars. So all the bodywork kind of gets worked on here. That's why you can kind of see like, you know, all the plastic here from taping stuff off, and all of this is getting prepped to be painted and whatnot. So like, they've worked on restoring this bumper here, getting all of the weird spots out of it and getting it all smooth. And then through here, you see guys working on cars themselves and getting everything sorted out. Man, This is so cool. Look at all these old body parts up on the wall here. It's very cool. It's so good to see this kind of stuff, like all these cars getting restored. What is this little thing? Little Honda over there? So cute. Konnichiwa. So cool. Must be such an honor for like a young person in cars here in Japan to be working at a place like this and be part of this. I definitely think a lot of people would be jealous of some of the guys that work here. Definitely would be so cool. But of course, it's not going to be like simple, easy work. Now, they have a real paint booth and everything here as well. So obviously once they're working on the cars there, they then get pushed into there when they're ready for paint. Everything gets done. You can see they're spraying water on the ground, which obviously helps with dust and stuff. They have the filtration system and everything built in. It's a proper booth. Very cool. That's a very normal technique, by the way, the whole like water on the ground thing. Very cool. All right, moving on. We should get to this part of the workshop, I guess. They've got a fair few customers' cars in this one here. It's good to see. The infamous ribbed. I'm not sure. Okay, well, my mind went somewhere dirty then, but ribbed valve covers on this RV30. Sorry, what is wrong with me? It's an RV20. Man, I can't even speak right now. I'm literally like freaking out. So this car's got full aircon and everything. You can see the aircon condenser and everything there, which is kind of really nice. Brand new. They're parts as well that these guys provide. Those R33 GTR wheels? Not bad. So cool. Nice intercooler system on there. That's their original parts too. They make a lot of parts for these cars. You see it's kind of like the return flow that goes up in there. And this thing's been like recently all been resprayed under the body there. That's so nice. They do all of that in-house as well. So you can see like everything's been coated and protected all over again with the underbody spray. Man, that's so nice. All right. So this is kind of like, they have all the, it's hard to describe, but they have like this building has a fair few different shops, and I guess like it's different processes in the entire restoration process. And then you'll see in a little bit, like there's even more like workshop space. Over here, it looks like they've got a couple engines. Once again, ribbed valve covers. I know I keep pointing them out, but if you're an RV guy, you know how rare those are and how expensive and hard they are to find now. And to see like all these parts just lying around is just so mind-blowing to me. Especially stuff like this, like to see this exhaust manifold here with like a turbo and everything is just, some of these tools though, like look at this, old power tools, very cool. A lot of spare parts and everything that they have here. Let's get these lights turned on in here so we can see. This is their like kind of spare used parts section. There is a lot in here, and when I first walked through here I almost died. Like alternators, starter motors, airflow meters, cam angle sensors. There is a lot here. I don't think there's any more lights in here, unfortunately, otherwise I'd turn them on, but there is just so much. Down here there is a box literally full of coil packs, and then over here is just a whole bunch of fuel rails and then coil pack harnesses. It's insane. So much here. Clusters, indicator stalks, hazard buttons, headlight buttons. Like, this is brakes. Look at all the Skyline brakes and calipers here. ECUs, like just piles and piles of parts. My gosh. Wiring harnesses, door cards. This place is literally Skyline heaven. Old suspension, dash cluster surrounds, clutch fans, turbos. Oh boy, turbos. Whew! Lots and lots and lots of turbos. And then valve covers and turbos and more. Oh my gosh. If you're a Skyline guy right now, you're just like, oh my gosh, give me a shopping trolley. Let's go shopping. There is so much here. My gosh. All right. So this kind of sums up this. I'm also like intrigued by these old school computers. Interesting. Anyways, moving through here now, we're going to be coming into a different part of the workshop. Oh, by the way, all of these engines, spare transmissions. You want something? They've probably got it. It's kind of mind-blowing. So much stuff here. And then coming through into here, I would say is probably their main workshop here, which is probably their biggest space. You see the guys are still really busy at work. They're going to be working until 7 o'clock is normally when everyone knocks off. Normally the working schedule in Japan is 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. So you can see they got a tire machine there and balancer. Looks like they're putting some grippy tires on those wheels. Ooh, they look nice. Oh, they have the D1 stamp, so these are probably going on the car and the truck that's getting loaded up for the D1 event this weekend. But coming through here, let's take a look at what they're working on. So they've got another 31 here. It's a nice RB20. The rib valve covers, once again, can't go wrong. Looks like a really nice kind of galvanized airbox there. I wonder if that's factory. Interesting. Looks very OEM. This one looks like it's been in sitting under a tree for quite a while. You can see a lot of leaves there, but looks like this one's on the next list for being restored, which is so exciting. I love this. I'm going to talk to Shibata-san and see if we can do like a document, like a full restoration of like one of these cars. It'd be very cool, I think. We've got a 34 here, GTT RV25, 4-door, not too bad. We've got a nice 32 GTST here. There's a Cappuccino here, I'm not entirely sure why, but I can't complain. They're a very cool car, little 3-cylinder turbo. Got another 31 here. This thing is clean. You know, like living in Australia for so long, it's crazy when I see a 31 like this, so clean. Like that dashboard is ridiculous. People probably watching this from Australia are frothing at the mouth looking at that. Looks like they're doing some maintenance on one of their trucks. This is a very big workshop. I don't know if you've gathered that by now, but there is a lot going on here. So not only have they got hoists all through here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hoists there. They've got their 4 posts there, which the truck is on. Another hoist here. Another hoist there. And they've also got the in-ground hoists there that come and lift the cars up. Another hoist there. Another hoist there. Another hoist there. This is huge. So this thing's pretty cool. Old Datsun Sunny. Not too bad. Moving up here, show you guys can see the 4Age sitting on the bench. Something I didn't think I'd expect to see in the R31 House garage, but these guys also work on a lot of these really cool old cars. That's cool. It's a 200ZR, I think. Very nice. Man, so cool. Just to see, I know I keep going back to this manifold, but to see this is the original one. I think it was factory, right, on the GTSR. So this is where kind of like that initial design came from. And it has that very unique sound. Trust me, all right? If you've ever heard an RB, the RB20 DET-R, with that exhaust manifold, you know what I'm talking about. So cool. And up the back here, they got some more motors. Oh, is that the beams? The beams? I think it is. So many cool parts here. Ooh. RB26 manifolds. Some more RBs up here. Oh man, there's so many parts here I just want to hoard. Yeah, it is 200ZR. There's the sticker. So cool. I love the louvers in the back here, like the automatic ones that open and close. Oh, this is like a Tiger top too. That's cool. So many cool cars here. So they have a bunch of customers' cars like all parked up through there, and then they've got like their parts car like storage yard up there. Through here is kind of like their road testing facilities. So it's not really a dyno, they're more just rollers. So they can put like the car on and make sure that everything's working and moving. There's no weird noises and stuff like that. It's actually something that you have to do as part of the shuck-in process. So it's kind of cool that these guys have that here. And they've got a pit here as well. Let's go down inside the pit. No, it's pretty dark down there, better not. This literally looks like a shuck-in station. Interesting. Huh. Oh, it is. They've even got the headlight machine. Maybe they can actually do that stuff here. Interesting. All right. Well, that kind of summarizes everything in the main section of the workshop, I think. We've checked out the office. We've checked out all the different workshops. We'll get a good look at the storage yard probably in another video. For now, I think what we should do is check out some of the customers' cars that are here. So we'll come back through here and come out here. And my car sticks out like a sore thumb, so it's kind of funny. Oof. Did we get a good look at this V-Spec before? Yo, the dash is perfect. No bubble, no cracks. Damn, that is nice. There's also very nice GTSR. Yeah, we need to figure something out about that, hey? I think we need to get one. It's gonna have to happen. Just look how good they look. Just like as a cruiser, you know? So this is their truck and everything, which they're packing right now and getting everything ready because I believe there is a D1 event on this weekend. So that's the loader where the comp car will go on, which you saw inside. And you can see that they're now stacking and packing everything inside, generator and tire machine and tools and all that kind of stuff. Very cool. And they've got their kind of staff car here, which is probably getting packed full as well. So cool to see all this stuff like kind of behind the scenes and what's going on. It looks like they got a car in the, oh no, they got all those body panels in the paint booth right now. Let's have a look. I think they'll have a heater in there because it's so cold here right now being autumn. Yeah, they do. They got a heater set up, so they're blowing some warm air in there. Very smart. Got to make sure that paint cures correctly. Looks like they're loading up customers' car. So this yard here is customers' cars either waiting to be worked on or they've been completed, and the customers will be coming to pick them up. So I'm sure you've kind of gathered by now just how big the workshop is and how many cars they go through on a daily basis. And they do have like a process where they just work through everything. It's so mind-blowing just how clean and beautiful these cars are sitting here, like the ones that are ready and waiting. It's so good to see these cars in this condition. Nowhere ever will you find R31s and R30s like this in this good condition. It's mind-blowing, especially like my history and where I used to live in Australia and stuff. Like these were like, obviously we got a different version with the NA RB30 single head, single cam head and stuff, but they were treated like junk, you know. But over here, like these guys have literally been restoring them and making them look as good as like something like this for many, many years now. This car is actually really nice. So clean, this one. It's even got like custom trimmed Recaros. Oh my gosh, that interior looks brand freaking new. Oh. I wonder how much something like this would sell for.
Could you try again?
Could you try? Shut up, Siri. Oh my gosh. Look at this lineup here. Look at all these tails. So cool, guys. So Shibata-san just took me to a secret warehouse where I guess they store their most prized R31s. And boy, oh boy, was he not joking. So this one here is his personal car. 何馬力ですかこの車?
600馬力
So around about 600 horsepower. But just look how cool this aero is. So aggressive. Workmeisters. Oh man, the wing as well. It's so nice. I love this. The livery is so cool. And then this is their Formula D car. The other Formula Drift car for Japan, the other ones that we saw at the workshop, they're actually for D1. So this one's built to FD spec, which is really cool. Man, they really do have the sickest liveries. So cool. And then this is kind of where they store all their drift tires. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous. This is so cool. It'd be sick to have like shop like this. It's a shame I live so close to Tokyo. You can get stuff like this, really nice shop space like this out here. Sugoi ne. Very cool. So he's just told me to come through here. All drifting tires. Oh man. Jeez. Man, I'd love all this stock. Just have this, grab a tire and go drifting. So many tires. It's kind of a flex, isn't it? Just to walk through all of this. This blue car's really nice. So cool. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I definitely did. So much inspiration here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because this just makes me want to build one of these cars at some point. And I don't know how we're gonna do that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it a bit more. But regardless, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you really got to understand just how much is here and just how awesome this place is. Like, it is so special. These guys are restoring these cars on a daily basis, and just to be able to go through and see everything here in the process and what they do, I think is just really, really cool. As well as like so many of these cars, like these are all like rare classic cars now. You really have to think about that. Like, these cars are 30 plus years old, and it is just so cool to see so many of them in this good condition, and a place like this still restoring them. I think that's awesome. Stop talking to me, Siri. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. Peace out. Jamata.